The borders between states may appear as lines on a map, but for the people of the Northeast, these lines are crossed every single day for work, education, trade, healthcare, tourism, and to meet friends and family. Assam and Meghalaya share much more than a boundary. The people share markets and businesses, roads and institutions, friendships and families, music and culture, and decades of everyday interaction. That is why the violence witnessed on August 19 was disturbing. And that is also why what happened in Guwahati on August 22nd is important. A high-level meeting between Assam and Meghalaya has sent a clear message. What happened must be addressed firmly. Those responsible must face the law. Those who suffered must receive support, and normal movement and trust between the people of the two states must be restored.
Government will leave Gari ghumao. Gari ghumao, gari ghumao. Gari ghumao, gari ghumao. इधर लो गाड़ी घुमाओ इफाले जा गवर्नमेंट एको बाले নহব सब बाले নহব
The high-level meeting in Guwahati on August 22nd was led by Assam Border Protection and Development Minister Atul Bora and Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Sniao Bhalangdar, along with senior officials from both states. The discussions focused on the August 19 violence and, crucially, on what needed to be done immediately to prevent the incident from creating a deeper divide. The violence had reportedly involved stone pelting, arson, assaults, and damage to 31 vehicles, many of them bearing Assam registration numbers. There were injuries. Statues were vandalized. Vehicles were attacked. The repercussions quickly traveled beyond the sites of violence. Protests and blockades followed. Drivers from Assam raised concerns about their safety. Tourists faced uncertainty. Movement between the two neighboring states was disrupted. For ordinary people, the consequences were immediate. A taxi driver wondering whether it was safe to take his next passenger. A tourist unsure whether to continue a holiday. A family waiting to return home. A small trader worried whether his vehicle and goods would safely reach their destination. These are the people who pay the first price whenever tension disrupts the free movement on which the Northeast depends. The Guwahati meeting produced several important decisions and findings. Meghalaya expressed regret over the August 19 violence and assured strict action against those responsible. That assurance has been accompanied by legal measures. KSU office bearers and other accused have been arrested. 5 mass attackers have reportedly been identified, 15 FIRs have been registered, and a special investigation team has been constituted to investigate the violence and pursue the cases. This matters because peace cannot mean pretending that violence did not happen. Accountability and reconciliation have to move together. People whose vehicles were damaged deserve answers. Those who were assaulted deserve justice. But equally important is the understanding that entire communities cannot be blamed for the actions of individuals. No incident should become an excuse to target people simply because of where they come from. The meeting also addressed the losses suffered by ordinary citizens. Meghalaya has agreed to compensate owners of damaged Assam registered vehicles and cover the medical expenses of those injured. For someone whose vehicle is also the source of his livelihood, compensation is not simply an administrative announcement. A damaged taxi, truck, or commercial vehicle can mean weeks without income. It can affect an entire family. That is why timely implementation of these assurances will be important in rebuilding confidence. Another major focus is security. Enhanced security measures are being put in place for tourist and Assam registered vehicles. Meghalaya has assured protection for visitors and travelers, while the remaining stranded vehicles and tourists are to be evacuated or safely escorted within 48 hours. More than 3,770 Assam vehicles have already reportedly been escorted to safety. The remaining vehicles and travelers are expected to be assisted through coordinated arrangements between the two states. Interstate and district level coordination is also being strengthened so that movement can return to normal and people can travel without fear. These may sound like administrative measures, but behind every vehicle is a person. Behind every tourist bus is a family. Behind every commercial truck is someone's livelihood. And behind every roadblock are ordinary citizens who simply want to reach home. Shillong and Guwahati are not distant worlds. Thousands of people travel between Assam and Meghalaya every day. Shillong remains one of the Northeast's most important tourism and education centers. Guwahati is a gateway for much of the region. People from Meghalaya depend on Assam for connectivity, healthcare, education, commerce, and onward travel. People from Assam travel to Meghalaya for tourism, business, work, and education. The relationship is therefore not theoretical. It exists every morning when a taxi crosses the border. It exists when a student travels to college. It exists when a patient travels for treatment. It exists when tourists from Guwahati spend a weekend in Shillong. And it exists in thousands of friendships and professional relationships that rarely make headlines. That everyday relationship is much larger than any single incident. The Northeast has experienced enough moments when a local dispute threatened to become something much larger. Today, the danger can grow even faster. A video recorded at one location can reach millions of phones within hours. A rumor can travel across state boundaries before authorities have even established what actually happened. Angry social media posts can turn an incident involving a handful of people into an imagined confrontation between entire communities. That is precisely what must be avoided. The actions of individuals should remain the responsibility of those individuals. They should not become labels attached to entire communities. And justice should come through investigation and law, not retaliation. Assam and Meghalaya do have difficult issues between them. Some are historical. Some concern boundaries and administrative jurisdiction. Some have remained unresolved for decades. But the two states have also shown that difficult questions can be discussed across the table. Chief Ministers Himanta Biswa Sarma and Conrad Sangma have previously pursued dialogue at the highest political level on long-standing boundary questions. The August 22nd meeting builds on the approach. Investigate what happened. Take action against offenders. Compensate those who suffered. Protect travelers. Coordinate between administrations. Restore free movement, and keep talking. There is another point worth remembering. An Assam registration plate should never make somebody a target in Meghalaya. And someone from Meghalaya should never feel unsafe traveling through Assam. Across the Northeast, state boundaries coexist with relationships far deeper than administrative lines. Students move between states. Businesses depend on customers from neighboring states. Drivers cross boundaries every day. Young people travel for concerts, football, education, and employment. Patients travel for treatment. Families travel for weddings. Tourists travel simply because they want to experience another beautiful part of the Northeast. This everyday movement quietly holds the region together, and protecting it is in everyone's interest. That is how neighboring states manage difficult moments. Restoring normal movement, therefore, is about more than clearing a highway. It is about restoring confidence. A driver from Assam should be able to enter Shillong without wondering whether his number plate will make him vulnerable. A family from Meghalaya traveling through Assam deserves exactly the same sense of security. A tourist should not have to understand political tensions before deciding whether to visit Shillong. A trader should not have to calculate communal risk before deciding whether to send goods across a state border. That is what normalcy means, and normalcy is worth protecting. The violence of August 19 should not be minimized. People were injured, vehicles were damaged, travelers were frightened, livelihoods and movement were disrupted. Those responsible must face the consequences of their actions. But August 19 should also not be allowed to define Assam and Meghalaya relations. What happens after violence can sometimes tell us more about a society than the violence itself. On August 22nd, representatives of Assam and Meghalaya sat across the table in Guwahati. Meghalaya expressed regret. Arrests have been made, 5 mass attackers have been identified, 15 FIRs have been registered, and SIT has been constituted. Compensation and medical assistance have been assured. Security is being enhanced. Stranded vehicles and tourists are being brought home, and stronger interstate and district level coordination has been agreed upon to restore movement, peace and trust. Now these commitments must translate into action on the ground, because Assam and Meghalaya are neighbors, not simply because geography places them next to each other. Their economies are connected, their roads are connected, the people are connected, and increasingly their futures are connected. There will be disagreements again, there may be difficult moments again, but disagreement does not have to become hostility. An act of violence does not have to become a conflict between communities. The Northeast is strongest when its many identities are able to coexist without becoming barriers between its people. Sometimes the answer is remarkably simple. Keep the roads open, keep people safe, let the law deal with those who break it, and allow ordinary people to continue doing what they have done for generations: travel, trade, study, work, and live alongside one another. For Assam and Meghalaya, the road forward must now be one of normalcy, confidence, and peace. That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.